Hi. So today's video is about environmental modules. So we will look into how environmental modules are being used and how to install them. So without wasting further time, let's get started. So here you can see it's a doc web page for environmental modules. So what we have to do is we have to download it first and then we can use this environmental module. So how to use it? Let's just get into some basic examples to get you an idea about what it can do and how it can simplify our lives. So you might have experienced a time when you have to work with multiple underlying softwares, and sometimes these softwares needs another set of softwares, and it happens sometimes that different softwares require different version of backend softwares. So what I mean with that, let's take example of GCC, right? So it's very common that you would find some softwares that would require GCC version 13, some would require GCC version 14, and sometimes even 15. So how to deal with these problems that dynamically you need to change GCC version upon when you are using a particular set of software while like juggling between these versions. Like environmental modules fit just right for this purpose. As you can see here, if I want to load a version of GCC which is 12.4, I just need to say module load GCC 12.4. And now when I check which GCC version it's there, it says 12.4. But then I want to switch it to GCC 14, and after that when I check it, now it says it's GCC 14. And similarly, if I want to remove GCC from my path variable, I can just say module unload GCC, and that will actually remove the GCC path from my path variable. So it's very handy to use, right? So yeah, let's get into the installation of this environmental modules. Okay, so for that I would just open a terminal. Okay, so I usually install or operate for the installation procedures through this with a folder named installation. You can do it as well, or you can do it from other directories like downloads and stuff like that. So we will get started. Oops. Okay. So our first thing that we have to do is we have to install a couple of backend softwares. To be specific, I'm going to install it using my DNF app repository. For you, if you're let's say using Ubuntu or something like that, then your command would be sudo apt install and then all the name of the softwares. For example, M4, I need Python, but I already have Python, so I'm not going to install it. You might want to install it. The other thing I need is Spines. The other thing I need is gzip and automake. I think using these things, I would also need TCL and TCL Devil. Okay, so using these things, I'm going to, so these are some of the things that are going to be needed for installing your environmental modules. So some of the things are already installed, so it's not going to install that for you. The list might be a little longer, but don't need to worry about that. Okay, three things that you must need would be, I mean, not three, but let's say a couple of them. Let's say you need bash, make, sed, run test, grep, GCC, and TCL devil more than equal to 8.5. So these are the things you need. Now coming to the other things that I have just installed, these are like the optional ones that you would like to use. So now I'm coming to okay. So this is the so this is the download link. So I'm going to download it through curl. So you have to write curl minus in caps LJO, and then https slash slash github.com, then env modules slash modules releases downloads v5.5.0 modules 5.5.0.tar.gz. If you type that and you okay, so now you can see that my modules file have been downloaded. So what I need to do is now you need to untar this. So I'm going to write xvf modules. So this have now um, made a new folder which was previously not there. So now we just need to go inside that, and we are now good to make the configuration. So while configuring, we need to keep a few things in mind. Oops, is the file not there? So configure, yeah, it's there. So I have to write a prefix, right? And I'm going to give a prefix which is usr slash local slash installation. Okay, as I see that the installation is not there, so what I'll do, I'll just so it's basically a folder that I use local. So here I usually make a folder. Inside that I install all the custom files. You can do it like this as well, or if you prefer some other way, then please feel free to do that. Installations. So basically this folder is going to be going to serve as, so I also need sudo. So yeah, now you can see installation folder is there. I'll just go inside that and I'd write pwd. So I'll get this copy this path, right, because I'm going to need this. So I've now copied it, and I'll go back to the path where I was like downloaded the files, right, which is something like slash home slash rk slash installations. So that's the another path that I was working on. So now I came back here, go to modules, and here I am. So now I have to configure this installation. For that I need prefix. I have to paste in the path that I've just copied. One more thing. So see, if I just keep on writing here, you think that there's been a new line. So this is a bit confusing, right? So what I would do is I would, after configure, I will put a new line. It's like a backslash, you end, and then you press enter, and you now come to a new a next line, right? And you can just keep writing. So this way, I think for my audience, this would be a bit easier to understand. Also, I would just come to clear the screen so that I can go up and you guys can see it better. Now I'll type this again, configure, and then a new line. Press enter. We are now into a new line. I'll say prefix, and then I'll paste the path that I've copied. User local installations. Now I have to provide a name of the software that I'm installing so that no softwares get mixed together. So I'll just write modules and then space and then again the new line. Now I have to provide module files dir, and this again is have the same base location, which is user local installations, and then modules. But then there is another folder which we need to mention, which is uh, module files, and that's it. If we press enter, this should be able to configure it. We should also go back and check a little bit about if it is running properly or not. So we will just scroll down and see what are the things it's checking. So it's checking for GCC is available. It's checking for TCL configuration, it's available. just keep a check on these things that I'm checking, whether it's able to, find them or not. So yeah, basic ones looks good. Again, GCC works fine. Is there anything else? And at the end, it says creating the make files and stuff. So it gave no error, right? So everything should be fine. What I need to do after this is make. This should also give no error. Nothing to be done for txt and stuff like that, but there's no error, right? Now I have to write make install. It says permission denied, so I have to run it with sudo. And module installation is complete. I cannot see any error here as well. So apparently it looks good. Now it says pre-read the configuration section in the install guide to learn how to adapt to the installation, make it fit for your needs. I'll just check if there's a configuration thing here. I cannot see it. Okay. There is a readme though, so yeah, I mean, usually you should read the readme before installing, but yeah, we can definitely check. Apparently, there's not much I can see of our interest, so we will move on. Okay. Now I can see that since we have installed that, we need to, um, do one thing, which is ln. It's basically a live copy of a file put together in another place, so that one is just a mirror image of other, and in a way Linux manages these files like this. So we just have to provide Linux with the file that we have just generated. So we'll say ln -s and then user. Okay, wait a minute. So it should be user local modules. Okay, it's not the user local installations. Yeah, then modules, then it is in init, and here profile.sh. Yeah, so this is the file that we need. Also in the beginning I have to put a sudo because I'm working in the root directory, and most likely I'm going to get a permission denied problem. So put a sudo at the beginning. Now I have to copy this file to profile.d and then modules.sh. So this is the destination, etc profiles.d modules.sh. This is the destination. I have to copy this previous file to. I press enter and it's done. The other thing I have to do is I have to just change these two files. There's this profiles.csh and I have to copy this to modules.csh and press enter, and this is done too. Now if we write module av, okay, so it says command not found, right? So most likely we just have to refresh the terminals. To do that we have to just write bash, and now if we write module av, tada, we have actually installed environmental modules, and we can see that it's working pretty fine. So to check that it's working, what we can do is for example using this uzone module, you know or yeah, I mean, you can also try the null one, which should say that absolutely does nothing or something like that. So module load null, and we press enter, it did nothing. um, okay, I think it's not that interesting to see that, but yeah. But now you see, previously it was not showing anything, but now there are some keys that says loaded. So if you see anything with this gray color, that means that has been loaded. So you see the null module has been loaded, but it doesn't do anything, so you cannot see anything. The more interesting one that you would like to do would be something like this uzone. This should create a new folder where you can put your own stuff. So So I mean, sorry, yeah. So you have to write use dot on. You do that, and then when you do module AV, which is module available, you press enter, and you see now there are two folders or two paths where you can keep your environmental modules. So it's interesting. It was here as well, and it is here as well. So there are two places where you can keep your environmental module files. Okay, so now we would like to like I think this is done. In the another video I will show you how to copy one of the files or one of the softwares, and make these environmental module files ready in a way that you can load them properly. So that would be a part of another video, so that this video doesn't get so long. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, please give up some thumbs up, some comments, so that we can improve our videos. Thank you so much. And also, you guys should check out Uni Data Center. It's a platform where you can run simulations and do your research works. You can also use it for AI, machine learning stuffs. It's basically a data center which provides students the access to computing resources. So yeah, have fun. Bye bye.